This conference will now be recorded.
So in our last class, we started discussing about pandas. How by using a pandas, how you can able to read a CSV file or an Excel file. I explained you. In a single line, we can able to read any sheet. Earlier, we are taking two steps. We need to open, then we need to mention the mode, then we need to close the file. There are 3 4 steps we followed. But by using a pandas, we in a single line we can able to read it, and the module has a functionality. It will be closed automatically once you complete. No need to give one more line like close the file. It has predefined. It's a predefined module, so every functionality is available by default. And for your knowledge sake, I added one more module called GUI TK Inter. Though I'm not explaining you this, but thing is, this is going to be help you only when there is a requirement you need to develop a GUI. For an example, I need to create a new calculator, and based on the numbers whatever I selected, my backend program has to be run. So the interaction, graphical user interface, if you want to be create your own, you can use tick enter. So this is just for your information purpose I added. Now I'm coming back to pandas. As I told you, pandas is going to be a third party library, and you need to install first in your command prompt, then you can able to import in your Python library. So pip install pandas, the first step we have to do it in command prompt. Main components of pandas are series and data frame. So these are two things which we can able to do it. You can able to apply your pandas on series as well as data frame. What on by series is nothing but a vector. Vector is nothing but array. Array is nothing but a column. So a single column, if you want to do any kind of operation, you can able to do it with the help of your pandas. Or a multiple number of columns if we have, or a group of columns, we call it as a data frame. And each column can have different behavior. So my first column can be a numeric, my second column can be a string, and third column can be a boolean. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. So if I have an Excel like this, my first column is going to be student ID. I'm not writing in Chinese, I'm writing in English. And second one is student name. And third column is the status, whether student got passed or failed, yes or no. And fourth one is student marks. Now if you observe here, one column we call it as a series. So the student numbers are student names, Amar, Amani, Giri, and so on. So each column individually we call it as a series. Group of multiple columns, though it has a different type of data types, we call it as a data frame. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Any questions on this? What on by data frame? What on by series? Here an example. Series is nothing but employee ID individually, and another series is nothing but employee name. So 101 Miller, 102 Blake, 103 James, 104 John, and 105 so and so. So individually each column we call as a series. A combination of multiple columns we call as a data frame. Combination is nothing but we are not merging together. Series will be series only, but thing is we are taking as an Excel, a set of rows and columns. Nothing but table. What I meant to say. Now, by using a dictionary, I can create my own data frame easily. So, creating a data frame, I just explained you how to call from an Excel. Similarly, you can call it from CSV or different sources. For today's operation, what I do is I create my own data frame. So, import pandas as a PD. Is it a normal import or from import?
Normal import.
So, when you have a normal import, Before any pandas function, I had to prefix with pandas. But writing a pandas is going to be a lengthy name. I'm going to use an alias name called PD. So going, it's not meaning that you need to mention PD only. It can be anything, alias name. So it's just like a reference name. My full name is Amarnath Paritala, and everyone calls me as a number. It's nothing but alias name for me or a nickname for me. So in the same passion, import pandas as PD. So going forward, PD is nothing but pandas only, just alias name. So what I'm doing is I'm creating my own data frame. So data equal to what one by this flower bracket represents. What kind of data type it is?
Set.
Dictionary.
Dictionary. Key and value based. So my key is the employee names, and in this I have a list, and I have a sales type of mistake, and I have my sale values or salary values. So I have employee name is my key and value is my names, and I have salaries as a key and I have values salaries. Those are list. Now passing this data frame into pandas data frame constructor so that the data frame gets created. Now what I created is a key and value based dictionary I created. Now this dictionary I want to convert as a data frame, nothing but a set of rows and columns. I want to create it. So and I used import as a normal import. So PD I'm using as a dot data frame. Data frame is a function which help me to convert a data to data as a data frame. So I'm using I just created this dictionary and save it into data. So I use data. The entire functionality I'm saving into df1. So here df1 will behave like a df data frame and data will behave like a dictionary. Now when you say print df1, you can see data looks like this. The keys are going to be your column names and the values will behave like a set of rows. My first position value goes to salary goes to first person, second position value goes to second person, third position value goes to third person. So you can see here. Any questions? How to create your own index? Sorry, data frame. Now, when you create any data frame in Python, by default, you will get a default index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I told you, uh, Python index starts from 0. So that is the reason first position value will get 0, second position value will get 1 and so on. But due to some requirement, you don't want index to be displayed. So what I can do in the sense, you can see here, you can replace the index equal to so and so. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating another example here. Another example, I have a dictionary again, Sony sales values, LG sales volume, and Lenovo sales values. Whatever I have it, I have a dictionary. Now I need to be convert as data frame. So PD dot data frame and data. Now what I'm doing is by default index will come from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But those are nothing but the sales volume in a particular month. So I'm giving my own index equal to April, May, June, July, and August. So I got my own dictionary. When you say print df2, you can see in place of the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 numerical, I have a strings now. I can give my own index. One second, it's getting. Yeah. Now I want to retrieve. This is your data frame, nothing but an Excel, uh, which is converted as a data frame in your Python. Now you want to retrieve a particular month. particular month of the data. So for an example, I want to retrieve April month ka sales from the entire data sets. How can I retrieve means you know you already created data from df2, so print df2 lock. So there is a difference, I lock and lock and the index position value. So April month you want. Now if you observe here, April is a string. So when I have a string, I need to use lock. When I have an index as a numerical data, integer, then I use integer lock, I lock. So it's a character string. So lock I'm using character in the sense string. So lock in square bracket the index position. So system automatically display the April month ka values. Hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. Lock ka.
Could you explain again, Amma?
Now you have that you have the data, Excel data. This is the Excel data, right? Or your database data. You extracted from SQL or you extracted from different sources and you created your own Excel. Now this is your position numbers or a month, and these are nothing but different countries companies ka volume. Now you want to extract a particular month, nothing but particular row. When you want to extract a particular row, there should be a key to extract, right? So what is our key here? Month only, no? Month is nothing but a string or a character. So when you have a character, you have to use lock, LOC, data frame. Where you created data frame is df2, where you stored it. df2 is the data frame. Dot lock. Then give the row name. Row index name is nothing but April, May, June, July, and August. So which row you want, just mention that row. So April. Then system will find out this particular row from the data frame called df2, and it will display only the particular month ka data. Are you clear?
Yes, Amma.
Now, so this is up to this is nothing but creating a data. Now retrieving a particular month, as I told you, df dot lock a particular month which you want to be retrieved. Lock I'm using because it's a string, index is a string. Now I want to pick up a particular column, not a row. So if it's a row, I'm using a lock. If it's a column, no need to mention any lock. Just df2 in square bracket the column name. You'll get the respective column outcome. Now printing a specific column of series. Series is nothing but same. This first one and second one both are same. Printing a particular column as a data frame. So I want to take a subset columns as a data frame, a subset of the data. So you can use double square, or you want to take only the slicing activity. So I want to take a subset of the rows, number of retrieving rows only. I don't, if I have millions of data, I want to take only first 100 or 100 to 200 data. So you want to take only the specific records. So df2 in square bracket 0 to 3. Now you can see here specific column series. So the particular column is nothing but LG column which I selected. So you can see only LG column. So the same thing, you are getting specific column series, you are getting the LG column only. Now what is the difference you can find out here? Specific column series and specific column series in the sense, when you use LG df2 in square bracket LG, you are getting the first one. And when you see specific column LG series, DF2 double square bracket LG, you're getting the second one. What is the difference you find? The column name, heading. So if you don't, if you're okay, if you're compromising, whether you're getting a, you don't, if you're not getting any column name, you're okay, then go with first one, df2 square bracket double in double quotation the column name. You're going to get a particular column data, but not the column name, nothing but the first one. You're not getting any column name. But when you're coming to the second one, use double square bracket. So you're going to get the column name along with the data. Data is not changing. Only the thing is the column name will be displayed. Are you getting my point? Any questions on this?
What is the difference between single square brackets and a double square bracket?
In single square bracket, you are not getting column name. You are not getting column name. And in double square bracket, you are getting column name. Are you getting my point now? So in a single square bracket, you can see the column name as a bottom as a test. But in double square bracket, you are not getting.
Okay.
Hope you are clear.
Mm-hmm.
Now we also discussed printing a multiple columns as a data frame. So I want LG and Sony. I have three things: Sony, LG, and Lenovo. Three columns I have, but I want to have a subset of the data, not full data. I want only two columns to be displayed out of three, and to make it as a data frame. So DF2 double square bracket LG and Sony. Since I use double square bracket, so column names will be there. You can see column names are there and created as a subset of the data. Instead of three columns, I am getting two columns. Getting? Are getting the point?
Yeah, Amar.
And slicing a data frame and retrieving the specific rows. So I am telling in the entire data, I want df2 in square bracket 0 to 0 colon 3. That means I want data from 0 index to 3. 3 is nothing but as for Python n minus 1. So 3 will become as 2. 0, 1, 2. So first three records has to be displayed. So you can see 0, 1, 2, April, May, June. First three records are displayed. So if you want to have more selection operations, for example, df2 lock, earlier I taken only April. I want to have April, May or April, June. So 2 months records I want to be compared. So lock double square bracket April, comma, which month you want, which index you want, May. So both month records you can see in the right hand side, April, May, and since I not selected any columns, so all the columns are displayed. Now, Amar, I want to use df2 ilock square bracket 3. Square bracket 3 is nothing but ilock I used. Ilock is nothing but integer reference. So system is going to display second position 0, 1, 2. So second index, it will be third row, but thing is as per Python 0, 1, 2 is nothing but second one. So that is going to be displayed. Now getting more than one column. Earlier I explained only how to get one column. Now I want columns from one number to other number. So I want three columns to be displayed or two columns to be displayed. So df2 ilock in square bracket colon I used. Colon is nothing but all the rows. Empty colon. Empty column means all the rows has to be displayed, comma, which are the columns you want? 1, 2, 3. So you can say get 1, 2, 3. Any questions? But 1, 2, 3 means 0, 1, 2. So 0 is going to be Sony, 1 is going to be LG, and Lenovo is going to be 2. But 1, 2, 3 means 1 and 2 only. 3 is nothing but n minus 1. So it becomes 2. So LG and Lenovo will be displayed. So you can see here LG and Lenovo. Getting more than one column and specify rows. Earlier, the previous example, you got all the rows April to August, but I want specific like a slicing and dicing. I want to do. I want a specific rows and specific columns. So I log 0 colon 3 comma 1 comma 3 1 colon 3. So 0 colon 3 always the square bracket refers rows comma columns. That is the criteria. So first 0 colon 3 goes to rows, 1 colon 3 comes to columns. So 0 colon 3 is nothing but 0 1 2 0 1 2. 1 colon 3 is nothing but 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 is nothing but LG and Lenovo. 0 colon 3 is nothing but first 3 records April, May, June. So you can see April, May, June. If I'm going fast, let me know. I'll reduce my speed. And you want to sort the data, so you can use sorting option. So you have some values like the sales of Sony, sales of LG, sales of Lenovo. Now I want to sort the data either in ascending order or a descending order. So what I'm doing is you need to give a explanatory information on which column basis you want to be sort the data. Now you can see here df2 dot sort values in bracket LG. So based on the LG column, the system is going to take an ascending order and will sort the data accordingly from April to August. So print X. Now you can see my actual values are in my first one. It got sort based on the LG ascending order. So you can see August is coming first and April is going last. And if you observe here, the sorting is not happened based on the Sony and Lenovo. It's sorting is happened only on LG because you use sorting option. Sorting underscore values. On which column basis you want to do sorting, you just mention. No more, I don't want an ascending order, I want a descending order. Then comma ascending equal to false. When you maintain ascending or false, then nothing but indirectly descending. So you can see the last one, LG is in a descending order. So April is coming first and August is going to the last. So LG has the least amount of sales on August and the highest amount of sales is there in April. Hope you are clear. There might be a requirement, you need to change the column names. You have some column names by default, and due to requirement purpose, you want to change the column names to something else. So how to change the column names in a sense? So df2 dot column names. So df2 is nothing but data frame which is created by you dot columns. So system understands it's going to be column names equal to Samsung, LG and Lenovo. Earlier it was Sony, LG and Lenovo. Now I'm changing into Samsung. Samsung and LG and Lenovo. So the system automatically change the column names as Samsung, LG and Lenovo from the Sony. Any questions?
Oh,
So now we want to drop a column. Maybe you have 100 columns. So there are two ways. Either you can subset, as I told you earlier, like double square bracket and mention the column names 1 to 99. But who knows? Sometimes mentioning the column names is going to be highest difficult. The reason is there might be a chance if you remove one column, it is nothing but subset for you. So you may have 100 columns. Out of 100, just removing one column can be a subset of your actual requirement. So what I can do is I can drop a column. So df2 dot drop. When you use drop option, system automatically dropping the column what you want to be dropped. So comma axis equal to column 1. So it's nothing but dropping a column. Hope you're clear. Or you want to drop a row. So df2 dot drop in bracket which row you want to. Either you can give an index or you can give a column index name, string name. You can see here my first one Lenovo LG got dropped. So in the second one you can see LG is not there, and May got dropped. So May month you will not see in the third one. Dropping a row and dropping a column. Now you want to add a new column which is not existing.
I have one question, Naman.
Tell me.
Why we are using axis equal to 1?
For mentioning it's going to be a column.
That means first column?
It's not first column. So you need to give some instruction whether you're referring to a row or a column now for a system. So when you are see if you observe here, the syntax for rows and columns are same. df2 dot drop in bracket. Either who knows if LG is going to be a column or row.
Okay.
So you need to give instruction you're referring a column, not a row. So to give an instruction to the system where you're referring a column, not a row, you're mentioning axis equal to 1.
Okay.
For a rows, not required to give. For a columns, you need to mention. So are you guarantee that the LG is going to be a column name always? Will not be a row name? We don't know, right?
Yeah.
So in case, assume that it's just a very unique scenario. I have a column name by LG and I have a row by LG. If I'm not giving an instruction like axis equal to 1, system will go default and remove the row, but not the column.
Okay.
So if I'm not giving axis equal to 0 or access functionality itself, by default it will go to row. If I give axis equal to 1, explanatory I'm mentioning to special instruction I'm giving to my system saying that it is nothing but column name, just go and remove the column. It's not removing, it's a dropping. Removing is nothing but I'm deleting. I'm not deleting here, I'm just dropping and saving into, I'm printing it. So though I'm using print option df2.drop, system is going to be save a new one in X, or I can use just a print option on top of this. It's not going to remove the or dropping a column in df2. It's just storing into new variable or just print it. Now I want to add a new column. So when I want to add a new column, I can give something like this df2 in square bracket a new column name what you want to be have. So Oppo. So the new mobile what company is Oppo. So Oppo is a new column name equal to I need to add the values. So there are two options. I can add the values like a list I can assign, or I can refer an existing one and save it. For example, instead of Oppo, it is nothing but a revised salary of an employee. So I have an existing salary of an employee. Just multiply 0.05, nothing but 5% increment for everyone. So df2 in bracket revised salary equal to df2 dot eval evaluation in bracket then the existing salary multiply with 0.05. So you can take an aggregation, any kind of aggregation, whether it's going to be minus, plus, multiply, divide, whatever it may be. So since you are taking a new existing column, the values whatever I have in existing column will be added 100 and stored back to Oppo. So when I say salary point of view, df2 in bracket revised salary or new salary equal to df2 dot eval, since I'm referring the existing column. So in bracket, in normal bracket, the old salary what I have column name multiply with 0.05. So 5% flat will be assigned to Oppo in the particular row. You can see here since for a LG, the system is going to be at 100 and store it into Oppo. In every row, it's going to be flat. You may ask me, Amar, I want to add for a managers, I want to add 5%, for a juniors I want to add 7%, and for interns I want to add 10%. Use a if loop and do that. How much percentage you want to add, and add that kind of function there. Now I want to print a max number in a particular column. So in LG I have numbers from 150 to 300, but I want to find out which is the maximum number. So df2 dot column name dot max. Similarly min also. Similarly dot mean. Similarly dot median. So dot max. System is going to display the maximum number. Max is a function which is a default function in pandas. Now I want to find out, is there any blank values? Nothing but zero is zero is not a blank value. Zero is some value. There is empty cells. I want to find out. If you want to find out an empty cell, is dot null is a function to find out is there any empty cell available or not. So if there is an empty cell, the particular cell will be written as a true and other cells will written as a false to find out the missing values. Now I don't know, based on the ranking, sorry, based on the values, I want to give a ranking for each column. So if I want to give a rank, dot rank. So if I use dot rank, you can see the highest rank goes to the highest number and lowest rank goes to the lowest rank. So right now I have five rows. So for 300 is the highest one. So 5 is goes to LG, 5 is goes to April. Where if you come to Sony, highest number goes to 350, which is a May. So you can see May has 5 for Sony. So in place of your actual numbers, you can give ranking also, where you have highest amount of cells. And you want to concatenate two different data frames. You have data from SQL and you have data from Excel and you have data from Oracle, and you want to match all the things, append. If you want to do the append activities, pd.concatenation. So concat, concatenate. This is the function name to concatenate multiple data frames. Right now I have only one data frame called df2. So df2 comma df2. System automatically will append the data. And one catch here is I did not given any instruction like duplications will be removed or something. The system will concatenate function is to just add the data. It will not check for duplications. So the same data is repeated. In the last class, I explained how to read an Excel file. Now see how to read a CSV file. So I have a data which is there in a CSV. So I have a data in the CSV file, employee ID, employee name, salary, door number, and city. Some data I have it. I want to read this data and I want to do some kind of activity. So read underscore Excel for reading an Excel file, read underscore CSV for CSV file. So pd.read underscore CSV in bracket. In case your Python script and the CSV file are in the same location and the same folder, then give the file name dot extension. That is good enough. For an example, your file is some other folder and your Python is you're writing in different folder. So right now my script, Panda script, and my employee file both are in the same folder. So writing employee.csv is good enough. Just in case if my file is there in different folder, day 54, then it is a mandatory you need to enter path with an extension of file. So print df, you're going to get the file name. Now you can see I did not. Okay. I did not copy it, but print df, you're getting your file name. to remove the index, like we are getting by default 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for each row. So to remove the index, you can use index underscore call. So the column index equal to 0. That means when you make it as 0, the index what you are getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be dropped. You'll get only the column names. Any questions?
I think we'll stop now, Amar. We we learned so many things. We need to practice, I believe.
Fine, no problem. So tomorrow, can we continue tomorrow also?
Don't know, Amar.
How about tomorrow?
Only your time Monday.
No, Sunday.
Oh yeah, Sunday.
Sunday, same time?
Sunday means my time or your time?
My time.